Well, folks, good evening. My name is Tim Ayler, meteorologist. Hope you're all doing well this evening. We got a blizzard on our hands coming up here Sunday through Monday, and the GFS is tip my hat to the GFS for this snowfall event. It was right pretty much all along, at least for the past several days. Anyway, you see the high impacts expected here. Winter storm impacts extreme along the coast here in different areas, and snowfall totals could be upwards of 18, 24 inches here. Power outages are expected from coastal New Jersey to southeast New England. Um, the weight of heavy wet snow combined with high winds scattered to numerous power outages, moderate coastal flooding, and some snowfall rates exceeding 1 inch per hour. I could see more than that where banding sets up. So, like I said, we got a pretty impactful, very impactful event coming tonight, tomorrow, into Monday. And so, welcome to my channel. Like I said, my name is Tim Ayler, and I appreciate you all watching. Like my video if you like it, subscribe, share with your friends, leave any comments in the comments below, and let's get started with the. This video is going to be dedicated just for the nor'easter coming up um, with the blizzard here. Well, what are we looking as far as hazards here? Well, we got blizzard warnings all along the eastern seaboard here with this snowfall, heavy snow, and now National Weather Service has moved these blizzard warnings further inland here with more confidence of heavy banding setting up in these areas, okay? Winter storm warnings further to the west here into central Pennsylvania, parts of New York State, and points northward here into parts of Connecticut and moving into Massachusetts, and some winter weather advisories and winter storm watches around surrounding this, and winter storm warning in the higher terrain of the Appalachians and southward into Tennessee as well, the North Carolina mountains. All right, so we have some lake effect watches and advisories here as well, but we're focused on this event with the blizzard here, and this is going to be one for the books, I think. So when we're talking about this storm, I mean, now we're in the time period where we're kind of almost nowcasting, but I wanted to start this with the NAM. The HRR is only 18 hours out, so it doesn't quite reach where this event really gets going. Some of these are NAM for right now. So in the morning, you know, you got all the moisture and the low pressure developing offshore here. Moisture building out west. Initially some rain here and some snow in the higher terrain. You see already there's some forcing taking place and some real high precipitation rates in the Appalachians, okay? So this is 9 a.m., okay? Low develops offshore. Very intense banding here along the coast. Just incredible forcing going on here. And meteorologically speaking, this is almost the ideal scenario for a blizzard and nor'easter here. We're going into 5 a.m. on Monday. This system is still going here, right? And we have these intense banding features, okay? Intense low pressure, moving to the north. And you see how it occludes to get towards the end of this, right? It's occluding a little bit and weakening here. But this is like Monday at 4 p.m. You still have some backside snow here. And it finally moves away by Tuesday morning, right? This is Tuesday overnight, Monday into Tuesday. So this is going to be a long duration event. Again, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon is when it really picks up, okay? So if you need to do something Sunday morning along the eastern seaboard, that would be the time, okay? But I would do it early. Move and get back home. Don't be trying to travel in this, guys. This is a dangerous situation here. So yeah, so what is the NAM projecting as far as totals go? Let's take a look at that. So the NAM, and you can see here, this is insane amounts of snowfall here. If this is true, different bands setting up here, intense snowfall rates, okay? Even the higher terrain of the Appalachians, okay? 20, 30 potentially inches of snow right on the coast. And where we get the high snowfall rates is where, the banding is going to set up. And I'm going to show you why that's happening here in a different view of this, the forcing that's involved with this. And so the solution is just incredible. Now, this is a Kuchera, right? And 10-to-1 ratio is a little bit less, but this ratio is a little bit higher. So maybe the analyzed ratio here is a little bit higher than 10-to-1. So um, this is an incredible event. It's going to be one for the books here. And everything is coming into alignment for this high impact event tomorrow, Monday, into Tuesday here. When we look at winds with this is the wind gusts expected. Excuse me. Winds on shore here, 40, 50, 60 miles per hour here in gusts, all right? Blizzard conditions along the shoreline, and even into central New Jersey maybe, and the Marvin Peninsula, and right along the Long Island coast here, 50, 60 mile per hour wind gusts, maybe 70 mile per hour here on the north, with a tight pressure gradient setting up. That's incredible right here. 60, 70 mile per hour wind gusts, blowing snow. Just, I keep saying that, but this is an incredible example of a bomb cyclone. And we'll look at the pressure here in a second. You see here the pressure is at 966 millibars, and it starts off 993, deepens rapidly, and that's one of the reasons why you're getting such intense banding and just a rapid deepening. The NAM wants to bottom it out at 966, which is very low for this latitude. Okay, so that tells you have a well-organized storm and classic nor'easter here. All right, so haven't seen one of these in quite a few years. And it moves out eventually, as you can see, and weakens some, right, as it moves up towards Atlantic Canada. Here's another look at it from the Tropical Tidbits website. See the intense snow bands here dotting the landscape, and maybe a broader, heavier precip shield to the north here as well. You see it move to the north here, north-northeast. Maybe some rain mixing in right on Cape Cod here, but other than that, not a lot of mixed precip types here, right? So I want to go through why the intense snowfall rates here. Okay, I'm going to go over that now. So we're looking at here is the 700 millibar, 700 HPA temp. Frontogenesis is in purple, right? And when we say frontogenesis, that's where you have the most lift in the atmosphere associated with this, okay? So you start this off, there's not a lot going on. The low develops here. You see the contour lines here moving to the north, pivoting to the north here as well into New Jersey. You see this line pivoting right into central New Jersey, parts of central New York, and just offshore here as well. Not central New York, but through New York City. And that pivots out, right? Okay. Just incredible amount of forcing here. This is almost, I mean, I don't know what to say from meteorological perspective. I can't talk. This is just incredible. You see the forcing wanes as this moves away, okay? But this is the reason, well, this just shows you the dynamics in place and why the heavy snowfall rates here, okay? Right on the back side of this, we're going to have northerly winds, so I think there might be a sharp cutoff here uh, of heavy snow, but wherever these bands set up, it's going to be maybe 2, 3 inches an hour here, okay? and finally it moves out. So that's the part of the meteorological uh, in the weeds thing about this. So what our snowfall total is going to be? Well, we're just going to go from west to east, generally from south to north here. We have the expectation now of having, some higher terrain into Tennessee, getting 7 to 8 inches here, okay, um, which is not unusual this time of year with this kind of event, right? Move further to the north, um, maybe an inch of snow here, but right here in the Appalachians, the Central Alps, 20 inches of snow, and with a stripe moving all the way up, 8, 9, 10 inches of snow here to the west, and higher terrain here as moisture is thrown over these higher terrain areas. Also, the higher terrain, Thurmont, Maryland, where I used to live, could have Smithsburg, 7, 12, 8, 12 inches of snow here. There's some hard terrain up in here as well. Washington, D.C., not looking to get that much, it doesn't look like. Maybe a couple inches here. Baltimore is right on the edge of the heaviest snowfall amounts. Well, when you start to get into heavy snowfall. Um, the Tidewater, Virginia, Salisbury, Easton, 12 inches. Dover, Delaware, Wilmington, 16. Philadelphia, maybe 16. Reading, right on the edge here. Allentown, 12. Look at these amounts here. And here's the high end amounts. Let me move my mug out of the way. It still said low end 2 inches, expected 23, high end 35. You still have a 42% chance of at least 18 inches of snow here. That's incredible. Okay. Move up to the north here. Edison, Elizabeth, Brooklyn, New York City. New York City is right on the edge here. Jersey City, 18 inches. All right. And the high end amounts you could see here 35, 23 inches expected. Toms River, New Jersey. High end of 35. Can you imagine 35 inches of snow here? Incredible. Moving up into White Plains, 16 inches. Let me click on this. Low end 2, high end 16. I think we're moving towards the high end guys here. So I would expect between 12 and 16 inches here. Okay. Maybe more. See the highest amounts here, right? Going on to Long Island and points to the east here. Moving further to the north into New York State. Middleton, 12 inches expected. And you go right along the eastern seaboard here, Massachusetts and Rhode Island. You get Boston, maybe 20 inches here. High end 28. So even Long Island. And you may get some warm air getting right to the Outer Banks here. I mean, it's right offshore here. So Maine may get 8 to 10 inches here, and further inland as well, you could get 14, 16 inches of snow. Just incredible totals here, and this event is going to start. I think we're pretty confident on the track of the low, but where the band set up is going to be important here for the heavy snowfall rates. I think it'll be something for sure to monitor into tomorrow, and then almost a nowcast at that point. So these are snowfall totals expected as of right now for the blizzard of 2026. Maybe that's what we'll call it, blizzard 2026. See what happens, but pretty incredible. So another big problem is going to be the waves, right? And as this storm wraps up, this is the European showing the waves associated with this. Incredible heights here, 30-inch waves, wave heights, combined waves and swells, maybe higher than that. Okay, 30, 40 inches here. And onshore in northern New England as well. So this is going to lead to low flooding at the the lower elevations here right along the coast. So this is just going to add insult to injury here. You could have flooding going on with a blizzard as well. So see the low wrapping up here and moving to the north. So quite impactful from all aspects here with this event. So this is a briefing graphic from the New York area. Okay, we blizzard warnings have expanded, coastal flood warnings upgraded, gale and storm warnings upgraded. Blizzard conditions expected here. Widespread to moderate flooding conditions with total snowfall 12 to 20 inches likely, 2 feet possible. 1 to 2 inches per hour expected. Higher rates of 3 plus possible. That's incredible. Whiteout conditions, visibilities at or below a quarter mile, particularly along the coast, all right? Snow developing Sunday morning and afternoon, light accumulations, and a heavy snow, okay, after that. Strong damaging winds, north-northeast winds. At the coast, gusts 65 to 70 mile per hour possible for twin force of Long Island. Numerous power outages possible here. Widespread coastal flooding. Winds, seas 14 to 20 feet on the ocean. Seas 5 to 10 feet on central Long Island Sound. So very hazardous conditions here. Location here, hazards and impacts. New York City, New Jersey Metro, 15 to 20 inches likely, 2 plus feet possible, okay? Far interior portions of the local area up here. Snow accumulations, 10 to 18 inches, higher amounts possible with heavy snow, okay? Snow character, heavy and wet Sunday afternoon, drier Sunday night into Monday. So it's going to dry out as cold air filters in. So heavy wet snow with snowfall ratios likely going up here. And that's maybe part of why the snowfall totals have increased here. But New York City, JFK, Norwich, all up in these areas, 15, 16 inches of snow here. And this is a high end amount. Heavy snow banding could bring these amounts to this. I mean, this is almost record territory here. Coastal flooding, we've talked about that. A lot of stuff on there here. If you want to read it, you certainly can stop the video and read this here. Another coastal flooding graphic for potential impacts for flooding, right? Again, coastal impacts with flooding. So very impactful here. I keep saying that, but this is going to be a pretty serious situation. I don't think we can avoid it at this point, guys. So just be prepared, okay? Don't try to go out in this unless you absolutely have an emergency. Even then, the emergency services aren't going to be able to come help you if you have something going on, because they just are not going to be able to get there. So anyway, be safe out there, guys, and we'll all get through this. And you know, I'll do another video in the morning, and hopefully, well, we'll have even more clarity in the morning about this. But looks pretty confident this event is going to be maybe close to record snowfall amounts. So there's the winter storm briefing graphic from the Mount Holly area. So you see the warnings and advisories here, and also we got storm warning, coastal flood warning, gale warning as well. Blizzard conditions, heavy snow, and coastal flooding are expected here, with snowfall totals approaching 2 feet in these areas, right? We could have even more than that. Potentially impacting the Monday morning commute and Monday evening commute, with extreme impacts right along the coast here, with the highest winds and the heaviest snowfall here. The snow onset timing, generally from south to north here, 7 p.m. Sunday, 6 p.m., 4 p.m., depending where you're at here, 10 p.m. So generally in the even. Also the winds, gusting up to 50, 60 miles per hour here, especially on the coast. Coastal flood watches are also in effect here, as well as the coastal flood threat here. Moderate to major flooding impacts here. Maybe beginning as light rain when this starts. So this is a very important message from the Mount Holly forecast area. In closing, I wanted to thank y'all for watching today and acknowledge that this is going to be potentially a historic event. I've said this numerous times. So apart from that, I want y'all to be safe and don't ignore what's going on right now. And don't try to travel during this event, okay? If you won't be able to get out, won't be able to drive. It's going to be nearly impossible in some of these areas. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. And like I said, be safe out there. And I'll see you on the morning, and God bless.